Hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 3 in the series Ancient Isle 2 between Remind and HopeStar. So far the series has been really good. Game 1, well, first of all, I gotta say I haven't cast a game with Remind in quite some time, and in terms of overall players, Remind is probably one of the grandfathers in the game of WarCraft 3. I believe he won his first tournament, I think he won WCG back in 2010, so that is quite some time ago in the world of gaming. 5 years, you are pretty much on your way out for retirement if carpal tunnel hasn't set in yet. So very nice to see Remind back in the saddle, so to speak, spawning as the red night elf on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, HopeStar spawning as the purple undead on the top left, and HopeStar really preferring that early presence with the Death Knight and ghouls to try and take out his opponent. Now, Remind's building placement was absolutely spectacular in game number 2, putting the Moonwells in a configuration that I hadn't really seen before. By placing the Moonwells right there, he allowed himself to protect his base. Archers were in a nice little pocket where they were fairly well protected, and you really couldn't surround them, and the archers were then able to fire back. Demon Hunter able to get in a couple of easy shots as well, and once the ghouls realized, hey, I'm low on life, they couldn't run away fast enough, getting tied up on their own brothers, and then the archers were able to just finish them off, poke them down, giving level 2 to the Demon Hunter, and then transitioning into the mid game. I think that is the only strategy that Remind really needs to go for. He needs to let the game go long, and if he can let the game go long, he can build on his vast experience of the game and know that, you know what, I've probably played so many more games than you that I know I can bring something out that you haven't quite seen before, and hopefully you won't know how to react to perfectly. Demon Hunter now going after the Ogre Lord right there, and you're always very scared whenever you try and take down a creep when your opponent has an Acolyte or some sort of attacking unit nearby. Even though Acolytes don't do that much damage and they attack extremely slow, it is nothing more embarrassing than having having an Acolyte steal a bit of experience by just raising his hands and letting them fall on a target. Back down over here, Demon Hunter gonna go ahead and get to level 2 off of this creep camp, taking down a Null Poacher. He doesn't really want the rest of that creep camp. He's just gonna leave it alone, heal back up, and now we're going to see him make his way off over here. The additional damage from those Claws of Attack +6 is going to cause some serious problems as the Death Knight running straight for the archers already. Alright, another archer now being added. Archers running into their pocket. Hopefully they'll be able to get into a very good spot right there, and they are trying to stand pretty much up against... Oh, this is going to be a very sad day. Is that ghoul going to get taken down? Oh my goodness, that ghoul down to 23 hit points, and Dust of Appearance used just in time. That ghoul does end up falling, as we're going to be looking at Wisp trying to get some detonations off. All right, one Wisp, there's a detonation onto some of the units there, as the Demon Hunter going after a bit more ghouls. 94 hit points onto that one right there, and I think things are already looking bad for Remind. Remind really not ready for this fight here. He doesn't have enough damage on his archers. Meanwhile, off to the north, the archers gonna purposely... Oh, is he gonna get a surround on the Death Knight? The Death Knight actually in a very strange spot right here. He's taking a lot more damage than he would like to, and I believe he was he purged? Is that why he ended up being so slow and unable to escape? That could have been the potential problem right there, as the Moonwells are now getting all cleared up. All right, let's go ahead and take a look back. What's happening here? Archers getting in some extra bonus damage onto some units here. Poison damage slowing down some of the other units. It looks like it's a bad day to be a sheep on this ancient isle, as the Demon Hunter getting in some extra damage. However, two skeletal warriors quickly coming back out the other way, and oh, the Demon Hunter unable to catch up to that ghoul. Beautiful pathing block by HopeStar. Death Knight now trying to run back over. The ghoul is now trying to run back over as well. What's going to be happening here? Demon Hunter with high armor able to fight back just enough, and it looks like with 3 Moonwells he will be able to hold off from his opponent. Wisp are on every which corner of the map. Hunter's Hall being built off to the side here, and the Death Knight is not gonna find this. Wow, we'll talk about a bit of a lucky break there. Demon Hunter now in the center. We are at Tree of Ages, and are we gonna be looking at a Panda once more? That is what we saw in game number 2, and that Panda really made a big play, pushing and forcing the mid game to come. The Death Knight couldn't engage with just a whole bunch of ghouls any longer out of fear of just losing his entire army to Breath of Fire, and because of that, both sides just started creeping. Now that could be what is in the cards for us here, as we are now looking at an Ancient of Wonders. We may be looking at Ancients of Lore here, or here in just a second, as Dryads are absolutely necessary. Come on, Ancient of Lore right now. There we go, Ancient of Lore right there. Demon Hunter now still wandering around as the Panda doing a good job picking up, Gloves of Haste, and now going to be clearing out the Null Warden here. Demon Hunter, what items did he pick up? He picked up Boots of Speed. He'll be able to run down many of those ghouls, well, at least until the Death Knight gets to level 2. Ancient of War is right there, and very nice there. That Ancient of War actually ate through the tree line so that the Panda can actually escape. Naga Sea Witch right there, and that's going to be a problem. Skeletal Minions already in here, as the Ancient of War may try and do a little bit of fighting back. All right, mana burn, only a level 1 mana burn though, so still a fair amount of mana on that Naga Sea Witch. Demon Hunter now needs to be careful, but he does have Boots of Speed, allowing him better flexibility and mobility. All right, there's a big Breath of Fire, easy damage onto the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch now in serious trouble, and wow, all of a sudden, what looked like a one-sided fight with that Naga Sea Witch putting down pressure is now going to turn into, wait, nope, we now have a possible surround on the other side. Panda now trying to Breath of Fire, blow his way out of a bad situation, but no, he's not going to be able to get out, and the Panda's at level 2. Level 2 Panda takes a significant amount of time to resurrect over the level 1 Naga Sea Witch, as the archers are now retreating. All right, so what looked like a sure thing for Remind, now looking or turning into a little bit of a desperate situation once again. The Death Knight landing in those death coils pretty consistently, but the Tree of Ages now joining in on the fight as well. Nothing scarier than having the trees and the buildings that you are trying to attack to actually fight back and take a big swing at you. Very large amounts of damage right there from each of those attacks. Demon Hunter with those Boots of Speed able to constantly put pressure on that Death Knight. Death Knight now trying to get away, as we can see that the Demon Hunter may be able to catch up once more. All right, pathing again. Naga Sea Witch is right there, and the Demon Hunter may try and just mana burn that Naga Sea Witch once again. All right, Cold Arrows constantly slowing down that Demon Hunter, but the Demon Hunter will be able to head back home. Panda should be about 3/4 of the way ready. Dryads now ready to go as well. Abolish magic being used. And what are you really going to be abolishing? I can't imagine why the Dryads really need... Oh no, Skeletal Minions. Skeletal Minions are going to be experience banks now for the Demon Hunter, and I guess as long as you can do that, then that's all you really need. There's another detonation right there. Skeletal Minion still wandering around off on the other side of the map. You're going to take a look. Demon Hunter now making its way off to the north, knows that he doesn't want to engage against that Naga Sea Witch and that Death Knight. Very nasty 1-2 punch possibly, as the Panda still wandering around in circles. All right, Skeletal Minion, come on, just take it down right there. There you go. There's the Abolish Magic, as suspected. Demon Hunter and Panda level 2 each. Meanwhile, Death Knight level 2, Naga Sea Witch level 1, but the Death Knight almost at level 3. The problem is that he doesn't have mana. Once those Obsidian statues are out, that may be enough. We're even adding Ghoul Frenzy into the mix, and all of those ghouls right now just harvesting lumber in the back. All right, Demon Hunter going after the Forest Troll Warlord here. The Murloc Nightcrawlers spreading out that poison damage to all of the other units. Always very annoying. Health Stone now being picked up by the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gonna enjoy a little bit of extra life regeneration, and Health Stone is one of those items that can theoretically just give you about 1,000 extra hit points when you really need it the most. You have a little bit more hit points going into the fight, as it does help you regenerate hit points slightly faster, and then when you need an extra bit of hit points, you can just use that health stone in order to survive. All right, wow, that was not a smart call at all. Demon Hunter now down to 95, 64 hit points. He is trying to run away, and he will get away as Druid of the Claw needs to get rejuvenation quickly. Gloves of Haste being picked up by the Demon Hunter as the units are all now pulling back. Is another Druid of the Claw on his way to meet and greet that Demon Hunter? I do believe so. And there should be a rejuvenation right there. All right, there's the rejuvenation. Orb of Venom now picked up as well. No big surprise, but that Demon Hunter with plus 11 damage and also damage over time will be able to cause some serious problems. Oh, what is this? Druid of the Claw just stuck between a rock and a hard place. Not quite sure how that happened. He got stuck right there and ended up losing a very, very valuable unit. Didn't even try to turn back into bear form. Maybe the extra hit points would have helped. All right, Wand of Illusion right there. Units are now looking to back off again. We see 2 bears. There should have been 3. And that is a definite problem as the Forest Troll Berserker is now making a bit of a move. Death Knight sitting at level 3. Lich sitting at level 1. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 2. 3, 2, 1, moving out. The Orb of Corruption going to be causing some serious problems. That -5 armor does deal a big blow as the Death Knight also picking up Tome of Strength +2, extra hit points, and extra damage. Following things up, what are we going to be looking at next? Druid of the Claw is ready to go. Demon Hunter wants to really push this next fight. Wand of Illusion is just a bit of a risk here just because Devour Magic is going to cause a bit of problems. If you Devour Magic, you end up giving hit points back to those destroyers and the ability for them to deal extra bonus splash damage per attack. You don't want to give your opponent that advantage right there as the Demon Hunter misses a mana burn on the Naga Sea Witch. Pretty sure that he wanted to just make sure that there's not going to be that many frost arrows coming out. Let's take a look. Panda still seen at level 3. Both sides regrouping into their respective corners. No one really figuring out what exactly they want to do at all. The corners of the map are very easy to take out for the Night Elf, and if the Night Elf can actually do a good bit of solid creeping here, this would give him the advantage. However, there is a shade nearby, and that shade could cause some problems as we see a potential creepjack coming in. Panda picks up Unholy or Vampiric Aura. So Vampiric Aura now coming in. Ghouls with Ghoul Frenzy now coming in. Scroll of Town Portal quickly being used. Does not want any part of this engagement. Teleports away in an instant. And that was pretty much it. All right, not quite sure why this is already showing up. I have no idea who the victor is.
Player's forces are
but that usually comes up in like the last 30 seconds. Maybe it's going to come at like last 3 minutes. So far, there doesn't seem to be a very good indicator of who is winning out in this fight. Shade now following the remaining bears to get where they need to go. Demon Hunter now off to the north, absorbing a bit of damage, but he's going to get some rejuvenation going from a Druid of the Claw most likely in order to stay alive. All right, there you go. There is the bear form or the Druid form. There's the rejuvenation. He's going to continue to heal. Tome of Agility +2. That Demon Hunter going to be doing a tremendous amount of damage here in just a moment. Is it what? Tome of Agility, pick it up, thank you. As we now see double Scourge Bone Chimes, not that good at all. All right, here it comes the fight. There goes the Ancient of Wonders, and it looks as though Slow Poison gonna definitely be in play. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire on top of the units. Bear now taken down in the front line already. Dryads continuing to finish things up in the back. Are we gonna see another Staff of Preservation, or at least one Staff of Preservation? No Staff of Preservation there at all, as the meat wagons are in the back. Good bit of damage. Abolish Magic, auto cast from the Dryads as a Panda gets taken down. Remind is in serious trouble after losing that there. Is he going to be able to save any of his bears? No, it doesn't look like it. Another Frost Room attack comes in, and things just went things went south extremely quickly for Remind, as it looks like he's going to end up losing this series 2-1. Demon Hunter going to be the last straw. There it is. No army left as Remind gives the GG. HopeStar taking the game and the series. Very, very close scores. I think the positioning of HopeStar in that final fight was truly the difference. Being able to have your front line, having those frostworms above the trees, being able to slow down the bears, melting them down, having the meat wagons in the back, destroying the dryads with that siege damage against all of those unarmored units. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the game and the series. Hope to see you guys on Battle.net.